Can you imagine what it would be like to finally wake up and actually go to a profession you love? In the last video, we spent a little time helping you understand how to discover what those things are. And if you haven't checked out that whiteboard lesson called the Pentagon of Passion, I invite you to do so. In the meantime, for the purpose of this video, I want to help you align those purposes and that passion with a career you love, so stay tuned. All right, so here it is. One of the most important things you're going to learn in life is the importance of finding something that matters to you. What my good friend Dave Ramsey refers to as work that matters. What is something that matters to you that can also matter to the world? And there are 8 areas that I've discovered that actually have the grandest areas or the most expansive areas for various professions. So there's basically 8 mission-driven marketplaces. And I want to help guide you through those today. And as we're going through it, I want you to consider, hey, how much do I resonate with that particular area? And the first one is called arts and entertainment. So arts and entertainment specifically deals with, as you probably can imagine, being an actor, an actress, a producer, a director, and things of those nature, right? Or it could also be in the form of music or painting or other forms of art, dance even. Okay, how much does that resonate with your soul? And as some of you guys know that's actually been around for a little while, I love the scale of 1 to 10. I like to rank stuff. It helps me get clarity. So I invite you to do the same thing. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how much does the arts and entertainment profession, that whole genre, how much does that resonate with you? For me, it doesn't resonate very far, maybe a 2. I can't see myself on a sitcom. I can't see myself in a movie. It doesn't mean I'm closed-minded to it, but those are things that don't really resonate with me. Does that make sense? For you, it may be huge. You might actually be a musician or currently in the actor or actress field as it's going right now. Or you might enjoy directing movies. Our wonderful video team, they love making videos. They love editing. They love putting things together and telling a story. Well, technically they would come out of this area, okay? The next one is, number 2, media and influence. Whoops, I just drove through the I, but anyway. Media and influence is an area that's also really important. So for me, I'm currently operating, even now, in this area, right? Media and influence have to do with any form of media. Is it a news show? Is it a social platform? Is it YouTube, right? In what methodology can you communicate influencing a marketplace, right? These are where the term influencer comes from, okay? Media and influence are different ways to influence a specific area. And if you've got a passion-driven mission, if you will, or a mission-driven message, so to speak, now inevitably what happens is you're gonna be dying to get that thing out. You're gonna be dying to share that, right? You're gonna be dying that stuff, just like I do. I love this. This is fun for me. This is something I would do for free all day long. At the same time, you need to rank it. So for me, on this one, I'm probably gonna rank somewhere between an 8 and a 10 even some days. There are some forms of media I enjoy and others that are good, but are not great, right? That's an example of being a media and influence kind of area, okay? The next area is going to be what's known as government and world influence. Now, for me, this is an area that I just have no interest in playing in, right? One, because it's historically very divisive and that's just not what I'm about. But you may actually enjoy government and political affairs. One of my kids, for example, one of these guys, he loves the political realm. Now, he's got his own views, right? But he loves that realm. He loves studying, he loves researching, he loves hearing different debates and all this kind of stuff. It wouldn't be surprised if ultimately he ends up in a profession that actually has to do with this, okay? But for myself, 1 to 10, this is something I personally rank as 0, but you might see something different. Okay. When you start looking at your gifts and your talents and the things that you've been uniquely given to encourage people and help people, maybe this is the way you do it. Okay. All right, on to the next one. Healthcare and wellness. Not enough can be said, especially right now with the COVID stuff still happening at the time of the recording, about our healthcare professionals. Men and women who go out every single day who actually have a heart to heal in a variety of different capacities. Some are doctors, some are nurses, some are technicians, but at the end of the day, EMS workers and more. At the end of the day, these people have a passion to help other people by keeping them safe or helping them heal. Where do you rank? On a scale of 1 to 10, how much does this particular industry matter to you? Now, this one's an interesting one for me because I like to heal the mind and I like to heal the heart. I'm not qualified necessarily to heal the body, all right? So when you look at this one, go ahead and kind of think through that about which one you need or want, okay? So I'm gonna give myself about a 4 in that particular one, okay? Same thing for you, do the same thing for yourself. Number 5, not enough can be said about this as well. I think this is the most undervalued profession in the world, home and family. Nothing has a greater influence on creating world leaders than the love of their parents or their surrogate parents. Think about that. The values, the beliefs, or the lack thereof starts almost always by the parental influence. Single dads, single moms, stay-at-home dads. Those are crazy important because you're actually raising up these children in such a way that actually prepares them for the world to go do their own version of the 8 mission-driven marketplaces. You see what I'm saying? This is one that is just an amazing, amazing thing that's so often overlooked. So often, many times people see a CEO and aspire to be the CEO or the influencer or the entertainer, and they forget about the person that created him in the first place. So maybe this is something you're passionate about. Scale of 1 to 10, figure it out. I love being a dad. Scale of 1 to 10, it's a 7 for me. All right, I hope to make an amazing influence for my kids. I hope to illustrate what I want them to become or the values that I think will take them far in life. What's it for you? All right, moving on. 6, education and personal development. Teaching. Do you love teaching? Now, teaching doesn't have to be in a school area and it doesn't have to be in a college area. Teaching could be doing something just like we're doing now. A video, a podcast. Teaching comes in a variety of forms, but the question is when you are teaching someone and they either get a new idea, a new concept, or an aha moment, if you will, do you get fired up? I do. I love watching people's lives change. I love it. So you can imagine, that's a 9 for me. What's it for you? All right, moving on. Number 7, business and organization. The business area can mean a variety of different things. Are you a C-suite professional, a CEO, an entrepreneur, an accountant, a CPA, the insurance that goes with it? Businesses and organizations make the world work in the form of an economy. Okay? I'm super passionate about being an entrepreneur. I love being an entrepreneur. I'm an easy 9 there, if not a 10. I love what business can do when it's done well. What's it for you? How much of the risk factor are you okay with and the time it takes to discover whether or not you want to start your own business, or are you more suited to be a manager or something like that back in your own business or back in someone else's business? At the end of the day, if you love business and management, you love the organizational structure, you love processes, you love the things that come with that, if you can find the right employer or you can become the right employer, you're going to love what you do. And what's the old saying? If you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life. Well, that's what we're trying to get to the bottom of. Moving on. Our last one, faith and spirituality. So many people, I think, underestimate the power of the faith and spirituality aspects and the professions that come along with it. In the Christian faith, they're going to call you a pastor, okay? In the Buddhist faith, they may call you a guru, okay? What is your passion there? What's your passion point there? Okay? Is this something that you really resonate with and you really feel like the spirituality and the health of your spirituality is one of the greatest assets you ever have? Is it one that you want to teach about or educate about? Well, for me, it's a pretty big one for me. Most people know I'm a person of faith, which is I don't hide. And for me, that's an easy 8 to 9, but I teach it in a different way. I share it in a different way. I share my experiences, and if they resonate with you, fantastic. And if they don't, that's okay too. Now take a quick look at all 8 of these. Quickly, real fast. Arts and entertainment, media and influence, government and world influence, healthcare and wellness, home and family, education and personal development, business and organization, and faith and spirituality. Which of these areas give you the most bang for your buck? Which of these areas speak the loudest to your soul and to your passion point? Because when you do the scale of 1 to 10 approach, guess what? There's 1, 2, what we got here? 3, it opens up the door of where you need to focus your endeavors and actually taking your gifts and your talents to operate in these areas. I know that I need to focus my efforts on meeting influence, business and organization, education and development, and then faith and spirituality. Take the time to go through all 8 of these mission-driven marketplaces, figure out the top 3 that speak the loudest to you, do the scale of 1 to 10 piece, and then start breaking down the various professions that are inside of each of these marketplaces. And if you'll do that, you will discover the place that you're meant to serve, and you'll also get paid while you do it. I'll see you in the next video.
Hey, it's Connor with the Journey Principles. If you enjoyed that lesson about marketplaces that let you make your contribution to the world, you should grab our free ebook linked in the description of this video. Also, do us a favor and like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video.